Hey y'all, and welcome back, y'all. Welcome back, Funny Anthony. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, y'all. We are catching up with a lot of cases that we got behind on, but that happened at times. Okay, now what happening now? What we're gonna continue with this morning is the prosecutor continued their case against Brian Walshe. He was the man accused of unaliving and dismembering his wife. Okay. At first, he pleaded not guilty, but he changed his plea to a lesser charge, uh, improper conveyance, um, a human body, and misleading the police investigation, but maintain he is not guilty of murder. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead on and catch up with the trial, okay? Now, what the prosecutor is going to do, they promise them that they will prove that the defendant is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of the premeditated murder of his wife, Anna Walshe. Now, yeah, this is strange. How he went from not guilty to guilty. It's kind of weird though. But somebody in the ear. But let's go ahead on and get caught up, y'all. Let's get caught up, and we'll talk a little bit afterward. Hope everybody having a great day. I'm kind of busy. Saturday. Well, look at that. Let's see what's going on.
Good morning, Your Honor. Greg Connor for the Commonwealth.
Good morning, Honor. Ann Yes for the Commonwealth.
Good morning, Honor. Tracy Cusick for the Commonwealth.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning, everyone. Kelly Porges on behalf of Mr. Walshe.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Harley. Larry Tipton for Mr. Walsh.
Good morning, everyone. Let me just get my computer up and running, and then I'll talk about a few things that I want to address with the counsel before the jury comes in. Just give me a minute. So, I guess I'll hear from the parties first about the issue that we discussed at the side of the bench. Attorney Porges referred to it as the 2010 or 1020 issue. Does Commonwealth have anything you wish to say to the court about that issue?
Your Honor, only that looking at the memorandum the defense submitted, it also said 20 is a potential penalty. The only thing the Commonwealth would add at this point.
You mean the prior sentencing memo?
Yes.
Defense.
So, Your Honor, we were unclear at that time what exactly the colloquy was going to look like. And so I was giving the court the spread of the potential. We were planning our anniversary trip.
Court to take the plea on that charge, right?
Correct, Your Honor.
Right.
I'm just saying, answering the court's question is what the max is. I think it is a live issue that I'm still looking at, and I will have an answer for the court, but I don't think it's as simple as the Commonwealth is saying, well, they put it in their sentencing memo. That is the potential spread. As the factual basis stands now, there very well could be a legal precedent or case that hamstrings, for lack of a better term, the court to the 10.
So let me tell you what I'm doing on my end and where I think that brings me today, because I don't want you wasting your time. The statute, as you know, is written in a way that the very first time that this concept of imprisonment, punishable or crime punishable by life imprisonment, it's not a statute where there's a section that, oh, if you lie in relation to a police officer, in relation to investigation that does not trigger a life felony, blah, blah, blah. And that's punishable by maximum 10 years. And then there's an alternate provision that says if you lie to a police officer in connection with a crime that's a life felony, it's 20 years. The first time that life felony is mentioned in that statute is in the very tail end of it when it's setting forth the potential punishments for the conduct. And as a result of that, in order to take a plea on that charge, which I did, the defendant only has to admit that he lied in connection with an investigation. And so that's what he did. He lied in connection with an investigation. It seems to me the enhanced penalty, I'll call it enhanced, the higher maximum penalty of 20 years, which is triggered when an individual misleads the police in connection with a crime that is punishable by life imprisonment, then becomes an issue for the court to decide. We could debate as to what standard. It almost feels like a subsequent offense type scenario, but it's not. That's not how it's set up. But it seems to me that the time at which I should determine that is when this jury has spoken about whether or not the defendant has been found guilty or not of any life felony, and not now.
Right, I agree.
Because it could end up in a very perverse situation where I sentence him to an illegal sentence. If the jury came back and found out and told me he's not guilty to a life felony. So I am going to put off the sentencing on the two charges until I hear from the jury on their verdict on the murder charge, so that I have the benefit of that jury verdict when I decide this issue. And I encourage the parties to continue to research whether or not the Commonwealth has an obligation to prove that he lied in connection with an investigation that was a life punishable by life imprisonment at a sentencing. And how they do that is it through an evidentiary hearing, and to what standard. Now, if the jury's verdict is one way, it would seem to me that the Commonwealth could met out that burden if they get a conviction. And if they don't, it seems to me that it becomes a bigger task for the Commonwealth if the burden of proving that pardon for the higher penalty is beyond a reasonable doubt. So that's where I stand with regard to that. Yes? Did you say something?
No, I was just whispering to Mr. Tibbs.
Oh, maybe the whisper came a little louder than I thought. Anyway, I also want to, I understand from the emails that came to me last night that the defense is no longer agreeing to all the William Fastow messages coming in. Is that right?
Not trying to hedge, but the court indicated that you were inclined to perhaps keep some out. And so my intention is, if any, then all, but I think Mr. Walsh deserves the benefit of knowing what the court's ruling is before I have to negotiate with the Commonwealth. So I apologize for that, but I am asking for some guidance there.
All right. That's like a...
Well, actually, can we approach? That might be
Well,
easier.
no.
Okay.
So I'm not giving an advisory opinion. And so here's what I'm going to say to you with regard to that. I'm going to read something in the record because I want it to be clear under what authority I am allowing those text messages in so the record is complete. And this ruling relates to both my thought process with regard to the William Fastow text messages to the extent that they reveal some state of mind evidence of Anna Walsh. And also, just so that I'm clear, these thoughts equally apply to the reason why on an earlier motion in limine with regard to the expected testimony of Melissa Kirby, why I believe these state of mind statements are coming in. So just bear with me while I read this into the record. And this is my oral order on the motion to admit the text messages between Anna Walsh and William Fastow. And again, same reasoning for what I expect at some point will become a similar issue with regard to a conversation Anna Walsh had with Melissa Kirby, I think on the evening of 10/12/29/22. The Commonwealth filed a motion in limine to enter text messages between William Fastow and Anna Walsh as evidence of Anna's state of mind. Quote, an exception to the hearsay rule permits the admission of evidence of a murder victim's state of mind as proof of the defendant's motive to kill the victim. End quote. Commonwealth versus Castano, 478 Mass 75 at 85, 2017. Such evidence is admissible, quote, when and only when there also is evidence that the defendant was aware of that state of mind at the time of the crime and would be likely to respond to it. Period. End of quote. Commonwealth versus Qualls, 425 Mass 163, 167, 1997. There need not be direct evidence that the defendant learned of the victim's state of mind, so long as the jury reasonably could have inferred that he did learn of it. Citing again to Castano, 478 Mass at 85. In this case, there is evidence from which the jury reasonably could infer that the defendant saw the text messages exchanged between William Fastow and Anna Walsh. Specifically, during his interviews with the police on January 4th, 2023, Brian Walshe told detectives that sometimes Anna's iMessenger comes up on his phone and that he had seen messages people were leaving for Anna. That is at the 1/4/23 interview, transcript at page 30. During his January 7th, 2023 interview, Brian Walshe told police that Anna took a bunch of photos on New Year's Eve and that she sent one to William Fastow around 10 o'clock. That can be found in the interview 1/7/23 transcript at 86. And during his January 8th, 2023 interview, Brian Walshe told the detectives that they could get the exact time that his son went to bed on New Year's Eve based on the time Anna texted Fastow the photo. That may be found on the 1/3/23 interview transcript of page 7. From such evidence, which accurately noted the time Anna sent the photo to William Fastow, it is reasonable to infer that the defendant had seen her text message exchange. Contrary to the defendant's contention, the text messages at issue contain some evidence of Anna's state of mind at the time of the crime. In particular, she sends messages regarding her feelings of confusion in her married life, her intimate relationship with Fastow, and her desire to make future plans with Fastow. While there was some discussion of redacting portions of the messages that are not relevant to the state of mind evidence, and I will reserve ruling on those as I now know the parties' positions has changed. I will reserve ruling on those. I continue to believe that there are certain messages that are not relevant to Anna's state of mind. And if the defendant objects during the proceeding of Mr. Fastow's testimony to those, I will rule on those real time, as we do in many cases. So that's that. Madam Court Reporter, we're starting at 1:45 today. Exhibit 145. And what about ID number? I is the next one. Thank you. So, embarrassing story, guys. I got hit with a medical bill recently, and
This is weird. So y'all, Brian has pleaded guilty to misleading
all right,
the police,
anything,
okay?
the jury's ready to go, is that right? And is there anything that the parties need to raise with the court?
Your Honor, if I could have 1 minute, we have done some redactions of the Fastow messages that would take out some of the concerns that you had with your issue this morning. So we couldn't make a colored copy of it, but if I could just get a black and white copy for the defense and for you, I think that might help the situation.
All right, as I said, I'm happy to rule on it real time. And I don't know how you're parsing through those messages and how you can present them as I will. Maybe are you saying it's going to be difficult for you to do that job if I'm ruling on them real time?
I think so. So I think it might be a little bit simpler if we could look at the redactions ahead of time, and I could just have that made. I'll have the copies made right now. I can start with Mr. Fastow, and then we can have those brought up. And when we're ready to do that, we can go sidebar.
All right, it's my interest in getting the jury out here and getting the case.
And I'm ready to start.
All right. Anything from
Ms. Cusick be excused so she can take them right now.
Sure.
Thank you.
And anything from the defense before we bring the jury in? Defense, is there anything that you wish to bring to the court's attention before the jury comes in? Bring him in. jurors. Jurors, I will start today with my questions. Jurors, were you able to comply with my order that you not speak to anyone about this case? Giving up on answer? Let's try that again. Were you able to comply with my order that you not speak to anyone about this case? Were you able to comply with my order that you not go on any social media and not take in any news media? And were you able to avoid talking to anyone about this case? And you all still have open minds. Those four questions all answered in the affirmative. We're ready to start today's work, and I thank you for your continued vigilance to those concerns. Commonwealth may call its next witness.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Commonwealth calls William Fatt.
You may proceed.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Could you please state your name and spell your last name for the record?
Yes, my name is William Fastow, Fastow.
Thank you. And what do you do for a living, sir?
I'm a real estate broker
And where do you do that?
in Washington, D.C.
And is that where you live as well?
It is
And how long have you been a real estate broker?
just about 20 years.
Always in the DC area?
No, actually up here in Boston for a few years, and then a hiatus, and then back in D.C.
And were you familiar with Anna Walsh and Brian Walsh?
Yes.
And how did you meet the Walshes?
Anna Walsh was referred to me by a mutual friend, Jem Woodlow. They were looking for a home in the D.C. area, and I assisted them in purchasing a townhome in Chevy Chase, D.C.
And did you know Anna or Brian Walsh before that?
I did not.
And where was that property located generally?
It was on 43rd Street in Northwest D.C.
And you said it was a townhome?
That's correct.
Can you just describe that townhome?
So it was a semi-attached townhome. One side of it faced on 43rd Street. It had a staircase that led up to a parlor level. It was 4 floors and had a 2-car garage underneath.
And who bought the home?
Anna Walsh.
And was the deed in her name?
I believe so.
And when did Anna close on that property?
March of 2022.
And did you meet Anna in person?
Yes.
And when did you first meet Anna in person?
I think a couple months before that, she had come up to Washington once or twice to look at properties.
And did Brian Walsh come with her?
He did not.
Had you ever met Brian Walsh in person?
No, I had not.
Did you ever speak with Brian Walsh?
Yes, we had at least one, if not a few, teleconference calls to discuss the property.
So after you sold the townhome to Anna Walsh, did you have further contact with her?
I did.
Initial contact with her after you sold her the home?
Immediately.
And what was your initial relationship?
We quickly became close friends, then confidants, and before long we started an intimate relationship.
What?
And what do you mean by confidants?
We would share conversations about our lives, what we were going through, personal troubles, those sorts of things.
And you said that your relationship became more, that it became intimate.
It did.
What?
When did that happen?
Shortly after she moved to Massachusetts, within a few weeks.
Massachusetts?
Sorry, excuse me, Washington, D.C. From Massachusetts to Washington, D.C.
And what was your marital status at that time?
I was separated.
And you have children.
I do.
Tell me about the types of things that you and Anna did in the course of your relationship.
We would go out to dinner, go to bars. She would accompany me to functions. I have a boat in Annapolis. She would come sailing with me. We did a couple of fitness dates together, see movies, those sorts of things.
You said movies?
Yes.
And you said fitness dates. What do you mean by fitness dates?
Anna was very active physically. Being in shape was very important to her. I hosted a outdoor yoga event, and she had attended on multiple occasions.
When you say Anna was very active, what do you mean by that?
She was very focused on staying in shape, sort of recovering from her multiple pregnancies, getting her figure back. She was really, trying to dial everything in and be as active as possible.
Did she exercise?
She did.
Did you see her exercise?
Yes.
What kind of exercise did she do?
She had a home gym that she worked out in. I believe there was a treadmill and some weights and a small weight bench there, and then the yoga classes we discussed. I also think she may have taken a couple Pilates or other yoga classes on her own.
So how often would you see Anna Walshe in the course of your relationship?
Typically 2 to 3 times a week.
And would you see each other on the weekends?
Yes, when she was in Washington.
And how often would you and Anna communicate once your relationship became intimate?
Pretty much daily.
And how would you and Anna communicate with each other?
Phone calls, text messages, and a private messenger through Instagram.
Did she use a cell phone?
Yes.
How many cell phones did you contact her on?
One.
Did you know her to use more than one cell phone?
I did not.
How about you? How many cell phones did you use?
Just one.
And the cell phone number that you used to communicate with
Work with peace of mind while receiving SSDI.
If I said the number to you, would you recognize the number?
Yes.
Do you recognize 617-599-7966?
Yes, I believe that's correct.
Did Anna use social media?
She did.
How do you know that she used social media?
Right.
She was a frequent Instagram poster.
And when you say frequent, what was her practice or custom with social media?
Typically, I'd say at least once or twice a week.
Any other platforms that she used?
I think she had a Facebook account.
And did you comment on her posts?
I did.
And did you comment on her post using your name?
Yes, I did.
What full name?
Whatever. Yes, within my account.
So the townhouse that you sold Anna, is that where she lived?
It is.
And did you go inside of that townhouse after she moved into it?
I had.
And did you ever stay overnight at that townhouse?
I did not.
Did she ever stay at your home in DC overnight?
She did.
So talking about her townhouse, you said it was 4 floors?
Yes.
And that starting like the garage level?
The garage was at street level, and then there was an elevated parlor, and then 2 bedroom levels above that.
And that parlor level is where the kitchen would have been?
Correct.
And what had she done about, was the home furnished?
Yes.
And how was
We
the
had furnished it.
Okay, and how was the home furnished?
She had settled in very quickly. It was important to her to nest as quickly as possible. So she had fully furnished it. She built out the home gym, which I mentioned earlier, furniture on the main level, the owner's bedroom, and 3 bedrooms upstairs that were for the children.
And what had she done to furnish the bedrooms for the children?
She acquired beds, accessory furniture. I think she had the rooms painted. She may have even gone as far as buying some individual items, clothes, toys, whatnot.
Did you ever meet Anna's 3 children?
I did not.
What did Anna tell you about where her children were?
Her children were living in Massachusetts.
What did Anna tell you about why her children were not with her?
She told me that her children were with their father, Brian Walshe, up in Massachusetts, and that they were there because his home confinement was predicated on him being the primary caregiver.
When did Anna tell you that?
Fairly early on. She had attempted to apply for a insurance policy, blanket coverage policy for her house, and the company she reached out to was unwilling to underwrite the policy, and they had disclosed to her that it was because of Brian's history.
What did Anna tell you about how she felt about her children not being with her in DC?
Initially, she felt that it was something necessary for her to get through, but as time came on, it became a significant issue for her. It deeply upset her, and at times she was even despondent about it.
I'm going to give you a brief introduction. Going to hear through limited to purpose of establishing the state of mind as a relevant to defendant's motive. Evidence cannot be considered as proof of the criminal act that is charged with the state.
Thank you, Anna. What do you mean despondent?
She was deeply upset about it. She was troubled. I think she was concerned about her role.
As to, I think.
All right. Restate the question and I'll have the answer.
What do you mean despondent?
Anna felt deeply disappointed that she wasn't in a position to be the mother the children deserved.
Did she tell you she discussed the children not being with her, with Brian?
Yes.
What did she tell you?
It was a point of contention for them. Brian's attorney had.
Yes, you may.
Mm-mm. Wow, what are they talking about? Y'all, Honor, both of Honor, ex-lover and lover in the courtroom. It's crazy. But anywho, y'all, Brian Walshe has pleaded guilty to misleading police and improper conveyance of a human body, willfully disposing of her body in connection with the disappearance and the death of his wife. Honor Walshe, he has not pleaded guilty to the charges of the first degree murder for which his trial is now happening. And for those who just joined, this happened back in January of 2023. So right now he's fighting a first degree murder charge, y'all. But he's trying to say that Honor died of a sudden unexplained death. Lord have mercy. And that he would panic and dispose of her body to protect their children, but maintain he did not kill her. Oh my God. Come on, it ain't that easy, Wash. Brian, it's not that easy. Wow, he disposed of her lady body. Oh my God, what's that?
Did you keep your relationship with Anna secret?
I did not know.
Did you tell people about your relationship with Anna?
Yes.
Did you socialize together with any of Anna's friends?
We did not.
Did you socialize with any of your friends?
We did.
Did Anna ever discuss with you telling Brian Walshe about her relationship with you?
Yes. Anna felt it was really important that when Brian was to find out about the relationship, that she would hear it from her. She had expressed great concern, and I think she felt it would be a strike against her integrity if he found
So, at some point, did your relationship become more serious?
It did.
When would you say that your relationship became more serious?
In the early to mid. What's really interesting.
It's getting good, y'all. This is getting good. Okay.
And how would you describe it?
Anna had traveled to Massachusetts for Brian's sentencing, and the expectation was that she was going to be able to bring the children and him back to Washington, D.C. following a favorable sentencing for his art fraud issues. And that sentencing was delayed because of investigations of the.
Objection, Your Honor. Yes.
You seeing other people?
Prior to that, yes.
And at that point, did you stop seeing other people?
I did.
And did you begin spending holidays together?
Yes.
And did you spend Thanksgiving together of 2022?
We did.
And what plans did you and Anna have for Thanksgiving of 2022?
We had planned a trip to Dublin, Ireland together.
And when did you get to Dublin?
I believe we left on the 23rd and 24th of November.
Did you fly together to Dublin?
We did.
And how long were you in Dublin?
Until the 27th.
And then, where did Anna go after Dublin?
She flew to Serbia to see her mother via Paris.
I'm sorry, via Paris, you said? And where did you go after Dublin?
I returned to Washington.
And did you and Anna have plans for Christmas Eve?
Yes.
And what did you do for Christmas Eve?
We drove out to Annapolis to have dinner with friends of mine.
And where did you have dinner?
The Annapolis Yacht Club.
And where did you and Anna go after dinner in Annapolis?
We went back to my home in Washington.
And did you spend the night there together?
We did.
And what did you do on Christmas morning?
It had snowed the night before, so Anna's flight had been delayed or canceled. She left because I was taking custody of my children either later that day or the next day, in anticipation of taking a winter vacation with them.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know where Anna went on Christmas Day?
She eventually ended up driving back to Massachusetts.
And, I'm sorry?
I didn't say.
Oh, sorry. So she went to Massachusetts to Cohasset?
Yes, I believe so.
And, did you and Anna discuss how Brian Walsh reacted to Anna not being in Cohasset on Christmas Eve and getting there later on Christmas Day?
She told us they had had an argument about it, and there were some points of contention.
Did you and Anna discuss any stressors about that, or any stressors in her marriage to Brian?
The biggest stressor was his inability to resolve his criminal case, and the fact that because of that she couldn't be with her children and bring them back to Washington, D.C., and the fact that it felt like it was holding up her life.
Was there any discussion about credit cards?
Yes.
And what was that?
Anna was the primary breadwinner with her job in Washington, and one evening she was looking through her credit card statement and had found numerous charges that Brian had made, and about it that was heated. It was about some sports memorabilia that he had purchased for some sort of sports memorabilia business.
Wow. That's crazy.
When was the last time? I'm sorry. Were you and Anna making plans to go on any other trips in 2023?
Yes. I was in Idaho with my children for New Year's. Was flying back to Washington, D.C., and we had planned to celebrate New Year's together on the 4th.
And were you going to go to any other locations together? Any vacation locations?
While we were communicating over New Year's, we had talked about doing a trip to New York City. Tishman Speyer, the company that Anna works for, has an ownership interest in Rockefeller Center. So she had mentioned wanting to go to New York, and we had discussed it. I think we may have even planned it at one point. But I was concerned coming back from Idaho that I would need to be back on the job, and I didn't want to commit to travel before coming back to the office.
So you said you went to Idaho. When was that?
I left early morning, December 27th.
And did you communicate with Anna while you were in Idaho?
I did.
And how did you communicate?
Through text message and through Instagram.
And how did you communicate through Instagram?
Through the private messenger feature.
And what is the private messenger feature?
Within the application of Instagram, you can send a private message to users.
And did you voluntarily provide text messages from between you and Anna to the Commonwealth?
Yes, I did.
Your Honor, may we be seen at sidebar?
You may.
Yeah, this is crazy. You got the boyfriend in the courtroom and the husband. Oh Lord, what is this world coming to? And Brian can't even sit still. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh Lord. Oh Lord, help me, Jesus. So if you just join us, Anna watched Lover testified face to face day 4 of Brian Watch. He is in the courtroom. Oh Lord, help me, Jesus. He is in the courtroom with the boyfriend. Oh Lord, help me. Look at Watch can't even sit still.
All rise to the court, please. Your explosion notebooks. Follow me.
These people know they love to take breaks. Yeah, this a trip. I can see Brian doing something. I mean, who Lord. She went and got her another rich man. Go on, Anna. And I believe, my opinion, y'all, and like I said, these are my opinion on it. I believe Brian got jealous because he found out that she was dating dude. What y'all think? I see dude look like he spent a lot of time with Anna. And I think Brian got a little jealous there. And Brian trying to claim that Brian trying to claim that y'all, this is a mess. Brian trying to claim that he hid the body, he disposed the body to keep the kid, for the kids' sake. And also allegedly now that the affair that she was in, she was planning on leaving Brian. But she did care for her husband. Now this is what she said. This is what it's supposed. Okay, this is what they're trying to say now, y'all. That the guy that y'all see just left the stand. She had an affair with him. She was in an affair with him. Even though she was still married. Okay. Anna also made it clearer that she cared very deeply for her husband, Brian. Hmm. but it's gonna be a crossover soon. Doing a cross exam. It's gonna say that it's in other words, that she didn't. Are they gonna admit to tell the jury that she never told him she was intended to leave her husband? So it's something about the boyfriend, y'all. I don't trust the boyfriend for some reason. I don't know about this boyfriend, y'all. I don't know. I don't know about this, y'all. But I can see her talking about her life, uh, what it might look like, and with the guy, with the guy she was having an affair with. Uh, and I think this dude here, something about this dude, y'all, I'm not feeling comfortable about. This is just my opinion and not necessarily based on facts. I think that Anna wanted to be with her husband, and she was just like chit chatting with the guy. You know how you just have somebody just to chit chat when just need someone to talk to. And I think that the boyfriend the boyfriend who's on the stand, I think he took a little further than Anna wanted it to be. And to me, that the guy who taking the stand trying to make Anna look bad. I don't like that. I don't like when some men try to make women look bad, allegedly, sometime. And he gonna later on in it on the trial up here on the stand, he gonna tell y'all that he had always uh said to Amber that she needed to figure out how she wanted things to be with Brian and what she wanted that to look like for her life before they can make any sort of commitments decisions. I think dude right here was after her money. I don't think that dude. I don't trust this dude, y'all. I just don't, because see, if she's married, if he knows she's a married woman, why is he spending his time with her? And they got kids, and she's, I was just talking about this earlier today. She's they married. She and Brian were married, and he she telling him, he's telling her she need to make up her mind what she want to do. Wow, man, this lady been married to this man since 2016, and she love her husband. I just go with Anna. I believe Anna loved her husband, and she wanted to work it out. And I think that the boyfriend was putting kind of like pressure on her relationship with Brian. I don't think she really wanted to leave Brian. They had 3 sons together too. I don't trust this boyfriend. I really don't. And I don't believe that she wanted to leave her husband. I really don't, y'all. I really don't. That's just my opinion. I don't believe she shared that information with that man. Cause usually, like when you in a relationship with someone else, you don't try to discuss your marriage, with your partner. Well, let me skip y'all a little bit. I just don't like dude. I don't care for dude right now. I really don't.
on the text messages?
We did not.
Difficult because they numbered the page. They took out whole pages and sections, so they don't correspond. I have visually done it. That might be easier to approach, so I can show you side by side.
This judge is doing too much.
All right. Approach.
She making, like me, the judge trying to make it more like her, making her look good. I don't know. It's something about this judge. Oh, look at Brian peeping over there at the both enemies in the courtroom. You got one who disposed the body and the one who was trying to get with her money. Brian's so nervous he can't even sit right. He can't even sit straight in the courtroom. Look at him. He just moving around, messing with the lady. He's so nervous. Brian's so nervous. He in the courtroom with his wife. Boo thing. Wonder what going through his mind. With his rich self. Wow, can't believe this.
You just sell your home? Awesome. You can sell your home to us with a cash.
It's the person they making. I don't like that they making Emma look bad right now. The guy who on the stand, who's involved in her affair, involved with her marriage. I don't. This not looking good. This making look like it making her look bad. A lover and a husband in the courtroom. Come on, y'all. Let's not pretend. That don't look cute at all. I can't believe this. You got the husband and you got the boyfriend in the courtroom. And then you don't even have Anna. Anna is unalive, y'all. And this don't look good for Brian because this make Brian look like he did something to her because he found out she was cheating. I believe he got married. I believe Brian got a. I believe, on in my opinion, that Brian felt like she was going to move forward in her relationship with somebody else. Cause it seemed like this guy right here was pretty much in love with her. But on cross exam, what y'all gonna hear that she didn't tell. She never told the guy that she was intended to leave Brian. And who is she? The other woman. These folks are best. Wow, this is kooky dookie. Is this the new woman right here? Who is she, sister? Who is she? Somebody mother? I don't know. Mm-mm. I don't like this because they making my girl look bad. They making Anna look bad, and Anna not even here to talk. Look at Brian. What that? What you say? Maria Handle. He everyone. What that means? Wow. And look at him. They go the boyfriend.
Box, so we're not having an intersection.
Why he walk like that? Look at Brian looking at him like Joker fooling around with my wife.
All right, to the court, please. Jurors entering.
Mm-mm.
And you may proceed.
Thank you.
You may.
Mr. Castle, do you recognize that document?
Yes, these are the text messages that I provided law enforcement.
And who are these text messages with?
They're between Anna Walshe and myself.
And as of this meeting,
Subject to the prior objections. Any new objections?
no, Your Honor.
The text message packet. How many pages is it? Well, I'll have somebody count that. 43 pages. 43 pages of text messages between Anna Walshe and William Fastow are now in evidence as Exhibit 145. Thank you.
Your Honor, I'd like to again approach the witness and stand there for 1 moment.
You may.
Mr. Castle, this is a printout that you gave, correct?
Yes.
And if you could just tell us who's in the blue,
She need a microphone.
gray.
Anna Walshe is in the gray. My messages are in the blue.
Thank you. In the course of this, you and Anna took some pictures as well. Is that right?
That's correct.
And page 40.
Yes.
What is that a picture of?
That's a toothbrush that Anna had given me. That she had left my house, and says Cohasset Dental.
And sir, these text messages also discuss intimacy. Is that right?
Yes, I believe so.
And your trip to Dublin.
Yes.
And you also received a photograph, which is in that. Well, you received several other photographs, which are in those text messages from Anna, and one of them is on.
Come on, attorney.
Apologize, Your Honor.
Come on, attorney. Prosecutor, come on now. Supposed to have your work in order.
One of them is with her son. Is that right?
One of the pictures?
Yes.
Yes.
And she sent you that. It does on as a person. Is that correct?
Yes.
And she's showing you something that is that right?
Yes, I believe that's correct.
You may.
Is that photo?
Yes.
And is that the next she's trying to show you?
Yes.
I'd ask her to send you the next.
Objection, Your Honor. It will be marked, the photo will be marked and admitted as Exhibit 146. Yes, so, can I just see it quickly? All right, so, can I see counsel beside the bench?
Oh boy, we haven't heard. They're not working good to me. They don't have they work in order. I mean, come on, we're not even getting nowhere in this case. Only thing they have done so far is take a break and meet at the bench. Come on, let's get this thing popping. But only thing I can't understand, why did Brian, even if she fell in love with someone else, we'll talk about this, y'all. I just don't see, why would he do her like that?
It wasn't that way in the original, but it's relevant to your decision making. So that's why it's instructed. All right, thank you.
I ask that now be published for the jury.
You may publish it.
Brian is getting heated in that courtroom, y'all. Y'all can't tell me that.
Thank you. Did she also send you a photo on New Year's Eve as well?
Look at Brian.
You may.
I ask if you recognize this photograph.
Yes.
And what is this photograph of?
This is a picture of Anna, our mutual friend Jen Lutlow, and one of her children.
I ask that this be the next.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
The photo of Anna Walsh, Jim Metlu, and the minor child are now in evidence as Exhibit 147. Okay.
When did you plan to return from Idaho?
I was scheduled and I left on January 3rd.
And when did you return from Idaho?
I believe I came back very early the morning of January 4th. I think it was probably right around like midnight or 1 or 2 a.m.
And did you have plans to celebrate New Year's with Anna?
I did.
And when did you make those plans?
When I was in Idaho and she was in Cohasset.
And what were your plans for? When were your plans for?
Our plans were to have dinner on January 4th to celebrate New Year's and discuss our 1, 3, 5, and 10-year plans.
And what had you and Anna discussed about your future together?
We had a number of conversations about what a life together might look like, what merging 2 families would look like, how that might work. But I had always said to Anna that she needed to figure out how she wanted things to be with Brian and what she wanted to look like for her life before, we could make any sort of commitments.
I don't believe she to that. I really don't.
And did you have dinner reservations for January 4th?
I did.
Did you have dinner on January 4th?
I did not.
What was the last contact that you had with Anna Walsh?
I received a text message from Anna. It was a Happy New Year's message right around the stroke of midnight on New Year's Eve, East Coast time.
Wow.
Did you respond to her?
I believe I did.
And then did you send her anything?
The following day, I had sent her a photo of me showing one of my children how to ski. I had sent her, I think, a waving hand emoji. I think I'd sent a question mark query and then a couple of other texts over the next day or 2 that were not responded to.
Did you try calling her?
I did.
When was that?
I believe I tried calling her on January 2nd, and it went straight to voicemail. I tried that a couple times, and then I called her from a landline, thinking that she may have blocked my cell phone.
Did she ever answer you?
She did not.
Were you concerned?
I was.
Did you have any contact with Brian Walsh after you sold the townhouse to Anna?
I may have had a call or 2 with him discussing the townhouse. I don't really recall. It would have been dealing with property matters. And then he called me on January 4th.
And did you answer that call?
I did not.
What did you do?
I pushed the call to my voicemail.
Why'd you do that?
I was in an intimate relationship with his wife.
Woo!
I had not heard from her in several days, and frankly, I was concerned that maybe he had found out and was calling to confront me.
Did he leave you a voicemail?
No.
Did you call him back?
I did not, but he called me a few hours later again.
When was that?
A few hours after the initial call, so maybe mid-morning, noonish. I couldn't tell exactly.
And did you answer that second call?
No, I pushed that to voicemail as well.
Did Brian Walsh leave you a voicemail?
The second time he did.
And did you provide that voicemail to law enforcement?
Yes, I did.
Wow, this is crazy. This is getting good, y'all.
Any objection? No, your master was now in evidence. Exhibit 148.
Prosecutor, you got to do a little better than this. Look at Brian.
What did you do after receiving that voicemail, sir?
I immediately called Brian back.
And what happened when you called Brian back?
I told him that I was concerned. We had discussed that Anna had been missing since New Year's Day, and I was actually driving at the time that I made the call. I told him that I was nearby the house and that I could stop by the house and check to see if she was there, if that would be beneficial.
And what did you did you do that?
I did.
And how did you get into the house?
Brian provided me the garage code.
What?
I opened the garage and entered the garage bay underneath the house.
And was there a car in the garage?
There was not.
Was there usually a car in the garage?
Anna usually parked in the garage, yes.
And did Anna have a car?
Yes.
Do you know what kind?
I believe it was a Volkswagen Taos.
Did she have one car, two cars, if you know?
Just one car that I know of.
Do you know, did you look inside the house?
I checked the door leading from the garage to the house. That door was locked, so I couldn't enter the house.
Did you notice any damage to the house?
I did not.
What did you do after going to the house?
I called Brian, let him know that there was no sign that she was there, that her car wasn't there. It didn't look like anyone had been home. And then I actually came back later that evening and checked the garage again in the hopes that she might have shown up.
And did you see anything at that time?
No, it was the same.
Wow, this is crazy. Brian let you in their house?
That necklace.
Yes.
What is that?
It is it's a Gucci pendant necklace that Anna wore frequently.
I'd ask if this be the next exhibit.
Any objection?
None, Your Honor.
Marked and admitted as Exhibit 149.
Do you recognize anything else in the photograph?
She's wearing a Cartier watch, which was her primary timepiece. And I believe it's hard to tell with the resolution of the photo, but it looks like she's wearing her engagement ring.
Engagement ring. What in the world is going on here? I want to get this a plot to hire.
You may, and you can publish it electronically, and you can do it the old-fashioned way also.
I'd ask to do it more modern.
All right. Right ahead. As you wish.
Thank you. After New Year's Eve, did you only text her, or did you also communicate through Instagram or other platforms?
I tried to call her through using the cell phone, the landline in Idaho. I sent her text messages, and I probably messaged her through Instagram, but I don't recall.
No, I'm sorry. I'm specifically referring to when you texted her like Happy New Year at New Year's at midnight. Was that on text message, through Instagram, or something else? If you remember,
It would have been text message or Instagram.
Okay. Thank you. And have you seen Anna Walsh since December 25th of 2022?
I have not.
Thank you, Mr. Costa.
That's a weird man right there.
Good morning. You had mentioned that you met Anna Walsh, I guess, in the late winter, early spring of 2022.
You were introduced to her through a mutual friend, Jem Mutlu.
Correct.
And Mr. Mutlu is also in the real estate business. Mrs. Walsh was looking for a property in the DC area to relocate her family.
Correct.
And you assisted her in, finding the townhouse?
I did.
Okay. And when you were looking or showing her that townhouse, at some point you FaceTimed with Mr. Walsh, who was back in Boston, so he could see the property as well?
Yes.
And this was a property for the whole family?
Yes.
Okay. I think you said that quickly you guys became confidants?
Yes.
Okay, and when you say confidants, do you mean really good friends? Would you share secrets? Would you commiserate about being, hardworking? What do you mean by confidant?
Right.
We were both at very vulnerable times in our lives. I was dealing with a separation and what was soon to be a full-fledged divorce.
Okay.
And initially, unbeknownst to me, but became quite obvious, is that she was dealing with a pretty substantial family legal trouble.
Okay. Let me start with, you had mentioned your separation. When you met Anna Walsh in that late fall, late winter, early spring, you were recently separated.
My wife and I had been estranged since late November to early December I guess it would have been 2021.
Okay, so just a few months.
Yeah.
Okay. And you had 2 young sons?
Yes.
Okay. And I think you had mentioned that Mrs. Walsh, Anna Walsh, had described an argument that she had with Brian Walsh about some charges on a credit card.
Yes.
So they had an argument about finances or money.
Yes.
During your marriage, did you ever have an argument or disagreement with your wife about finances or money?
Yes.
You had also mentioned that there was an argument, I guess, on or around Christmas Day between Anna Walsh and Brian Walsh, right? property that she purchased for the family, that was about $1.3 million.
Yes,
And was it paid for in cash? Was there a mortgage?
I believe there was a mortgage.
Okay. And it was a 4-floor townhouse?
Yes.
How many bedrooms?
4.
4. So one for each boy and then a master bedroom for Mr. Walsh and Anna Walsh?
Correct.
Okay. When you initially became friends with Anna Walsh, I think you said you would communicate with her through text message and Instagram?
Yes.
And Instagram, you said it's private. I think the kids say DM. You would DM each other?
Sure.
Okay. So when you were communicating on Facebook, you weren't posting romantic, intimate messages on her public Facebook page.
I was not.
And I think you had told us that you would comment on her page, but would you comment like, love you, can't wait to see you soon? Or would it be something like, oh, fun night or great pic?
It was more the latter.
Okay, so they weren't flirtatious, open messages.
No.
Okay. And you had mentioned on her Instagram that I think, or maybe you did, she would post a lot.
Yes.
Okay. You were never in any of those photographs.
I believe that she referenced me in one of those photographs. She had attended a yoga event that I had hosted,
Okay.
and she had posted a picture of herself at that event. I believe that she had tagged me in that photo.
Well, you were the host, right?
Yes.
You set it up.
Yes.
So she went, it was like, hashtag thanks Will for yoga type thing.
Yes.
Okay. And your Instagram page, you weren't posting pictures of the two of you on that page.
I was not.
Okay. Of your relationship with Anna, how quickly did it go from friends to more than friends?
Fairly quickly.
So were you intimate with her after a week, after a month? When did you start becoming intimate?
It was very shortly after her move to Washington, D.C.
Okay. You had mentioned, I think, that things had gotten more serious in July, so it had been going on for a few months at that point.
That's correct.
So from the spring of 2022 through New Year's Eve of 2022, during your conversations or time with Anna Walsh, she never told you that Brian was suspicious of you.
I had asked Anna what Brian's reaction would be if she
My
ever found
question
out.
is not what you asked her. My question is, at no point did she ever come to you concerned and say, I think my husband knows I have an affair or he's suspicious of you.
We had one episode where Brian called me while we were out to dinner, and I showed the phone to Anna because it was unusual for Brian to call me. Anna then later called Brian, and Brian had claimed that one of their children had taken his phone and called me by accident. That
What?
would be the closest thing that had happened where we felt concerned that maybe Brian had found out.
No, I guess I'm not asking if you felt concerned. I mean, you're having an illicit affair. You're always kind of concerned someone's going to find out, right?
I mean, I suppose.
My question to you is, did I ever text you or call you and say, look, I think Brian is suspicious that I'm having an affair?
Anna never texted or called me and said that she felt that Brian knew that we were having an affair.
You had mentioned that you had introduced or socialized with your friends and Anna Walsh.
Yes.
The friends that you had that you would socialize with Anna Walsh, they weren't connected to Brian in any way.
No. Except for Jim Ludlow.
Jim, okay, and did Jim Mutlu ever come to DC?
He did not, but we had correspondence.
Okay. And as far as you know, well, let me ask you this. You didn't tell Jim Mutlu about your relationship with Anna.
I don't recall.
You don't recall. Okay. Anna never told Jim Mutlu about your relationship.
I'm sorry, is that a question?
It sure is.
I don't know what Anna told Jim Ludlow or what she did.
So Jim Mutlu was the reason you guys met, right?
Correct.
You guys, or you were good friends?
I would say that we were Professional Associates.
Okay.
Actually, let me couch that. I would say we were friends.
What? Tell the truth now.
Did you and Anna ever socialize with Jem Mutlu together?
Not to my knowledge, no. Not that I recall.
So did you ever go to dinner with Jem and hold hands with Anna, flirt with her in front of Jem? No. So would it be fair to say that you were keeping this from a mutual friend?
I don't know if I was keeping it from him. Jem Mutlu and I had numerous conversations. During the time that I knew Anna, we've had conversations following Anna's disappearance. And frankly, it's a little difficult to tell you what Jem knew or when or what I told him. I mean, this is something that's played out over 3 years. So
Your answer is you don't know if you ever told Jem Mutlu about your relationship with Anna Walsh.
I don't know if I told her before she disappeared.
Okay. So you talked to him after?
Yes.
And you told him after that you were in a romantic relationship?
He certainly knew after that we were in a romantic relationship.
Because you told him?
Yes, I believe so.
But you don't know if you told him when you and Anna were dating?
I cannot recall if I told him before or after.
Okay. You had mentioned on direct that you and Anna had conversations about your future.
Yes.
And going into the Christmas holidays, I know you were going to Idaho. Anna Walsh was planning to head back. At that point, there was never any specific plan for Anna to tell Brian about her relationship with you.
Not that I'm aware.
Well, you've been asked questions and testified about this before, right?
That's correct.
And when you testified, am I correct that Mr. Connor or Ms. Gadd were asking questions about the nature of your relationship with Ms. Walsh?
Is this reference to
Definitely probably ask you this. Have you had a chance before you go up today to review your grand jury testimony?
I reviewed my grand jury testimony with the state via a call that was I think over a month or two ago.
Okay. So you were specifically asked in March of 2022 if there was any specific plan to tell Brian about your relationship with Anna, and you told the grand jury that day that there was not.
That is correct.
So there was no plan as Anna went home for Christmas and she with her family that she was going to come clean and tell Brian about you.
As I said, there was no plan that I was aware of.
She never told you, hey, Will, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna talk to Brian, I'm gonna blow up my marriage and come be with you. She never told you that.
That is correct.
She didn't tell you, I really want to tell him I just want to be with you before she went home for Christmas. Sustained.
That is correct.
You guys never communicated on Facebook Messenger, right?
We may have, I don't recall.
Well, did you have a Facebook page?
Yes.
And did Anna have a Facebook page?
Yes.
And turn over any Facebook messages between yourself and Ms. Walsh?
I don't believe so.
I think you had told us that Anna would never want, or maybe I'm paraphrasing, but Anna would never want her husband Brian to find out about the two of you inadvertently, right?
Correct.
That I think you mentioned integrity was the word that she used, that if anyone was going to tell him, she wanted to be the person to do that.
Correct.
And at least in December, heading into Christmas, there was no plan to tell him.
Not that I was aware of.
You had mentioned that you guys would go to dinners together.
Yes.
Did you ever go to dinner with a woman by the name of Alyssa Kirby?
Not that I recall.
And Alyssa Kirby is a good friend of Anna's that also lived in D.C.
Yes.
And she would socialize with Alyssa Kirby.
Yes.
also mentioned that you go to bars together.
Yes.
Would Alyssa Kirby ever join you and have a few drinks, the three of you?
Not that I recall.
I think you mentioned that you brought her to some work functions.
Yes.
Okay. And at those work functions, as far as you knew, there was no one who knew Brian Walsh at those work functions.
That's correct.
And again, not to belabor this, but I think you went on boating trips, you went to the movies. This was with either just Anna or with your friends.
Yes. The only exception to that was I did go to a work event that Anna's company held. It was a Tishman Speyer Architects Forum.
Okay, and this was in DC.
Yes.
And Tishman Speyer is one of the things they do. Is there a real estate management company? I'm probably fumbling that.
I think that they're a real estate management development and investment company.
Okay, and you're a realtor.
Yes.
Okay, so when you were there, were you kind of talking shop with other people there or colleagues there?
I was there in a professional capacity.
In a professional capacity. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. And again, as far as you knew, there was no one at this professional or this function you went to for professional reasons that Mr. Walsh would know.
Not that I'm familiar with them.
And I'm assuming because you mentioned you were there in a professional capacity, you guys aren't holding hands and kissing and flirting with each other in front of other people.
We are not, but I was her guest.
Excuse me?
I was her guest. I was invited by Anna Walsh.
No, I understand. But at this function that you described, you were there professionally as a real estate agent. You guys aren't playing kissy face and holding hands in front of people.
No.
You had mentioned that Mrs. Walsh had talked to you about Brian's federal case, right?
Yes.
And in the summer of 2022, the expectation and hope was that Mr. Walsh would not have to go to jail.
That was my understanding.
And the plan was for the entire family to relocate down to DC
Yes.
and live in that townhouse.
Yes.
And I think you had said that Mrs. Walsh was the breadwinner.
Yes.
And so her job was, she had kind of a big job, so then that's where the family would go.
Yes.
I want to talk to you a little bit about her job and her hours. I think you had said you'd see her 2 to 3 times a week. Roughly, what were her hours Monday through Friday?
I don't honestly know. I assume they were 9 to 5, unless she had to work late for either an event they were hosting or management responsibilities with one of the properties that she was in charge of.
Okay, so it wouldn't be uncommon that she might have to work late or go to a function.
Yes.
Okay. And were there ever any times where she'd have to go in early for a meeting or something came up?
Probably.
Okay. And you mentioned, I guess, professional functions. How often would that happen?
I couldn't say.
Okay.
Well, I'll talk to you about that in a minute, but we're going to go to our morning break.
Hi, y'all about to take another break? That just something else. Wow, y'all, this is crazy. Since they taking a break, let's talk about this. Now, y'all, from what we just heard, to me, it seems like to me that the boyfriend was trying to rush the relationship to me. Trying to rush her out of her marriage to me.
So she wants you to lay the foundation.
I didn't hear what you said.
No, everybody can be seated. We don't all be standing. You didn't know.
Well, that's a strange dude.
She's just asking you to lay the foundation that he has a basis for now. Anybody need anything? No, thank you. All right.
All right.
Yeah, I believe this is just what I think. I don't think that, to me, the way that the love affair went, to me, it's like, I don't think the way the guy, way the boyfriend is speaking, testifying on behalf of being in a relationship with Anna, it seemed like he was rushing things with getting out of her marriage. Then she wanted to get out of marriage because y'all got to remember she had a two. They got three children, 2, 6, and I can't think of the other one who between the ages 2 and 6. So that's a little child. That's a little bitty little child. She's gonna think about her husband. I don't think that she was into that relationship the way he's talking to me. Not to me. I just can't believe she. I just can't believe she was dating. Oh wow. See y'all, the boyfriend said that was never a plan for Anna to tell her husband about her affair. And I can see that. That's what I can see. I can see Anna not wanting her husband to know that she was talking to someone else. Who would? You know what I mean? That's not her husband's business. You just I think that the boyfriend, the love affair, just the guy in the love affair, Fasto, well, that's his name, Fasto. I'm just gonna say the boyfriend. I believe he was worried about Brian more than she was. I don't think she never told him that a lot of things he gonna say. I'm gonna blow up my marriage and come be. I don't believe she told that man not one time that she was gonna blow her marriage up and gonna be with him. I just don't see that. And then I'm gonna tell you something that don't have nothing to do with and he in a pending divorce, y'all. He in a the boyfriend in a divorce and a separation. How are they talking? You don't even spell that's adultery, ain't it? I didn't know you could talk to somebody else when you I thought it separated working on divorce. I didn't know that. I didn't know you could do that. So he was even the boyfriend admitted, and y'all heard him admitted that he admitted his own pending divorce and separation left him hesitant to make a major commitment to Anna. But he was okay, he knew he was in separate. He was rushing Anna, but he was still in his relationship. He was still in a marriage, he was in separation. Oh Lord, honey. Y'all doing too much. Don't gave me a headache. Now, this boyfriend sent Wash a text message indicating the oldest son would be crushed if he began a new relationship. What in the world is going on? This is crazy. All right. Let's see what's going on now. I'm sorry, go.
January of 2023.
I'm sorry, I haven't been working there for 3 years, so
It's okay.
it's been a while.
All right. So you were working at a painting company.
Yes,
How long do you think you were at that painting company?
a year.
And in that time, what were your responsibilities at that company?
I was a salesperson.
Okay. In January of 2023, were you running any specials at that point in time?
Yes.
What was the specials?
We were offering 15% off any work that people needed to have done.
And so how are you contacting people at this point in time to offer the special?
We were calling all our past customers that we had, we used to work for, and we do like a cold call kind of thing. And I called, a bunch of people that day, and the defendant was one of them.
Well, let me get to that. So when you were calling people, do you remember what phone number you were calling from? Was it a work number?
It was a work phone, yes.
And if I were to tell it to you, would you actually, I'll ask you right now, do you remember that work number right now?
No, I don't.
Because it's been 3 years, you haven't enough time to remember where you were.
I don't remember my own number.
All right. So at that point in time, was the number 774-534-2005 your work number?
It's possible.
Okay, possible. So now, you said that you were calling people offering this special. And so at any point in time, did you have the opportunity to reach out to Mr. Brian Walshe?
Yes, I did.
Okay, can you explain to us how?
Well, we got a list of customers that we had, that were past customers, and each salesperson got a certain list. My area was in the Hingham area, so I just went down the list and called customers, and he was, one of the customers on the list.
What day did you make this call?
January.
Okay.
Yeah, early, yeah.
Okay. And did you ever have the opportunity to connect with Mr. Walshe?
I did, yes.
And so what was the conversation you had with him?
Again, just talking about, work that possibly needed to be done, and he stated that he didn't need any work to be done.
Okay. And then did you ever have any subsequent communications with Mr. Walshe?
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Did you ever have the chance to talk or communicate with him again?
Once, I believe.
Okay. And how did that occur?
It was really quick.
Quick. Was it a phone call or a text
It
message?
was a phone call.
Okay. And who called him?
I called him first, and then I received a text later on during the day.
Okay. And you said you received a text?
Yeah.
To his cell phone?
Yes.
All right. And
Yes.
do you recognize these images, sir?
Yes, I do.
What are they, sir?
They were pictures sent to me describing the ceiling that needed to be repaired.
Okay. Now, the pictures that you're looking at here, sir, are they the pictures that were sent to you, or are they pictures of the phone with pictures on them?
No, well, they're pictures of the phone, but they were sent to me, yes.
Certainly. And are they your phone?
Yes.
Let's come up and see if they have these marks next to each other.
Any objection?
None, Your Honor.
Pictures of the phone of the messages are now in evidence. That's exhibit 150, 151. Thank you. You may.
Ms. Gilman, if we could have what's now been marked as Exhibit 150, which has a file name of Christopher Murphy, page 1. Sir, can you see this on the screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So, whose phone is it we're looking at on the screen?
That is my phone.
Okay. And, sir, we're looking at your phone. What is the message that begins this thread? Could you read it out loud?
I'm sorry. Let me just change glasses here. Oh, that's okay. Just says his address,
Okay. Does it say any names with
phone
it?
number.
Could you just read the message, sir?
It says, "Hello, Brian Walshe, S16 Chief Justice, Cushing Highway."
And does it have a phone number attached to it?
Yes, it does.
All right. And underneath that, sir, you said there's a picture?
Yes, there it is.
schedule link. Can you scroll down again? Thank you. And can we have exhibit 151, which is Christopher Murphy's execution? Sir, I'm going to direct your attention to the bottom of this thread. Ms. Gilman, if you could enhance this. Sir, at the end of the thread, what is the message?
It says, "Good morning. Let me know about the ceiling. Best, Brian."
And what's the date on the message?
January 6th.
So, sir, did you have any phone communications with Mr. Walsh besides the initial one in relation to this ceiling?
No.
Nothing further.
Any cross-examination? No questions, thank you, sir. Witness may step down, thank you. Commonwealth may call this witness.
Commonwealth would call Suzanne Garland.
Right this way. Just watch your step.
You may proceed.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Could you please state your name for the record and spell your last name?
Suzanne Garland, Garla.
And what is your occupation, ma'am?
I own a Bar Method studio. It's a bar workout in Hingham Center.
And how long have you owned the Bar Method in Hingham Center?
Since September of 2021, I opened the studio.
And is that a franchise?
It is, yes.
And how many Bar Methods are in the United States?
I think at this point about 100.
And where exactly is your studio?
It's right in Hingham Center, sort of on South Street, 99 South Street, across from CBS.
And how many employees do you have at your studio?
16.
And how many clients did you have in 2022 into 2023?
I would say about 160 active clients.
And at that time, did you keep and maintain records for your business?
Yes.
And what kind of records did you maintain?
We maintained membership agreements and class history, purchases, time and date of classes taken, the number of classes each client took.
And how did you keep those records?
Electronically.
And why do you keep those records?
For regular course of business, but also to report to our franchise.
And do you have a corporate email?
Yes.
And what is that corporate email?
I have two, actually. One is hingham@barmethod.com, and the other is my personal business email, which is suzanne.garland@barmethod.com.
And you also keep payment information?
Yes.
And do you maintain all communications with clients in good faith?
Yes.
And did you keep your records in good faith as well?
Yes.
Did you know Anna Walsh?
I did.
And how did you know Anna Walsh?
I knew Anna for several years. Actually, prior to owning the Bar Method, it existed in Hingham Center. Another woman in town had owned it before, and I used to take classes there with Aunt Anna all the time. She and I would be there 4 times a week together taking classes. And then when I reopened the studio after COVID in 2021, she signed up right away. And again, she was coming 4 days a week up until the time that she was moving.
And what kind of membership did she initially have with you?
She purchased a Club Bar Unlimited membership, which allowed her to take as many classes as she wanted during the month for a fixed price.
And did you have a membership agreement with her?
I did, yes.
May I approach her?
May? our month-to-month membership agreement that we keep with all clients on the unlimited plan.
And I'd ask you to look at the last page.
This is her signature.
Is that the agreement with Anna Walshe?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'd ask that this be the next exhibit.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Marked and admitted into evidence, the membership agreement of Anna Walshe for bar method is in evidence as 152.
Membership agreement. Our members asked about their health.
Yes.
And do they have to sign off for medical information?
They have to sign that they are fit to take classes.
Why is that?
For liability purposes for the studio.
So in December of 2022, how often would Anna Walshe attend bar method?
So she would be coming whenever she was in town. She was doing quite a bit of traveling back and forth to DC at that time. So I think she was there 3 or 4 times at least. Whenever she could come in, she wanted to be there.
So do you mean 3 or 4 times a week or something else?
I think December of 2022, she was there 3 or 4 times total.
Okay. And did she have a membership at that time?
She did not. She was paying drop-in classes.
And did you have communication with her about the classes via email?
Yes, she had emailed me when she found out that she was getting the new job in DC. She emailed me that she needed to discontinue her month-to-month unlimited class membership and that she would, drop in when she was around. And then when she came back to DC in December of 2022, she emailed me, I believe it was December 30th, saying that she had purchased a drop-in class, but she would rather do a special we were offering, which allowed her to take an unlimited amount of classes over the next month because she was going to be in the area more.
And you said when she came back, she came to DC, but did you mean when she came to
I'm sorry,
Cohasset?
when she came to Hingham, yes.
Okay. And did you maintain the email communication that you had with her in your normal course of business?
I did, yes. I kept my email from her and I have it to this day.
Okay. Your Honor, may I approach?
You may.
I'm showing you 3 documents. You can look at those.
Alone in my
This is interesting.
Yes.
And what are those documents?
These are email communications from Anna to me. The first one is letting me know that she had gotten the new job opportunity in DC and telling me how wonderful her experience at the bar method had been. However, the last 10 years she's taken classes in DC and the Boston locations. She said we have developed an incredible team culture, feeling of being cared for. She loves the energy of the studio. She asked if we were ever considering opening one in DC. That was the first email. The second email was the one that I mentioned on December 30th, asking if she qualified for the 30-day unlimited special we were offering for $79. If so, could she exchange the single class that she booked for it, which is $29, and apply that towards the $79 special? And then I responded to her on January 1st because I was away on vacation at that time. And I said, technically, you don't qualify it since she had been in the studio recently, but I would honor it since her situation was so different than the norm.
Your Honor, I'd ask that those be the next 3 exhibits. No objection.
All right. They'll be marked and admitted into evidence. So the 3 different emails are one from. What are the dates of those emails?
The first one being February 27th.
Did I mess that up? 153? Okay, so as it was coming out, I looked back up and saw there was no 153. So 153 is the email from 2/27/22. 154 is what? Date?
154 would be 12/30/2022.
Okay, and the third one?
The third one would be January 1st, 2023.
All right, those three are now in evidence, 153 to 155.
And did you also keep the registration for December 31st of 2022?
The class registration log?
Yes, I apologize.
Yes, we do.
Thank you for correcting me. And that's maintained in the normal course of business?
Yes, we have records of every single class.
And I'd ask that this be the next exhibit.
Any objection?
None, Your Honor.
The class registration for the bar method is in evidence as 156. May?
That document, ma'am, does that show, what does that show?
This shows that Anna Walsh created a reservation for class on the morning of December 31st. She did that on December 30th at 11:18 p.m. And it shows that she was checked in for class on December 31st at 8:17 p.m.
And does that show that she attended that class?
Yes.
Thank you.
Any cross? Was it December 30th or 31st?
December 30th or 31st?
Yes.
Okay. And the reason that she would have to do that is in the South Shore area for the next month.
Yes.
Okay. You had mentioned that your studio requires a medical waiver.
When you sign the month-to-month agreement, you do acknowledge in there that you are healthy and that you have conferred with your doctor.
And she does that, or that person, for example, does that once when they first start coming to you as a client?
They sign that every time they sign a contract.
Okay. So when was the last time Anna Walsh had signed a contract with Bar Method?
I believe it was September of 2021. I don't think she was actually ever able to book that last contract she wanted to.
Okay. So the health waiver that you're talking about, or the medical waiver, was September of 2022, or excuse me, September of 2021.
Yes.
And the medical waiver that someone signs, do they have to provide any type of medical documentation to confirm they are in fact fit health?
No, we don't require a letter from a physician.
So it's just self-reporting? Yes?
Yes. Any redirect?
No, thank you.
The witness may step down. Thank you. Do you want this? Okay. Commonwealth may call its next witness.
The Commonwealth would call Ashley Semino.
Right this way. This way, just step forward.
You may proceed.
just a little bit closer. Thank you so much. And can you spell your last name for the record?
Yes. Cimino, Cimmino.
And what is your occupation, ma'am?
I'm a special education teacher and a bar instructor.
So how long have you been a special education teacher?
About 7 years.
And you said that you're also a bar instructor.
Yes, that's correct.
And where are you a bar instructor?
Currently at the Bar Method in Hingham.
And where else have you taught bar classes?
The Bar Method in Boston, both the Back Bay location and the Financial District location when they were open.
So how long have you been an instructor for Bar Method?
So I started working there in about 2010. And so it's been about 10 plus years since I started instructing.
And how do you become an instructor for Bar Method?
So we go through an intensive training. We sit with a trainer from headquarters. This person goes through an entire day with us. We have to take an anatomy exam, and we go through at least 3 to 6 months of training after that, co-teaching with a veteran instructor. And following that, to maintain our certification, we have to take an annual exam.
So do you need to be certified?
Yes.
And you have to maintain that certification yearly?
Yes, every year we take an exam.
Were you familiar with Anna Walshe?
Yes, when I first met her, she was on a NIP.
And where did you first meet Anna NIP?
At the Bar Method in Boston.
And when was that? Do you remember?
It was probably around 2011. At that time, I was working at the front desk, and she would frequent the lunchtime class.
And which Bar Method in Boston?
The Back Bay location. So that was on Clarendon Street.
And how often did you see her when you were at the Bar Method in the Back Bay location?
Almost every day.
Did you ever see Anna NIP outside of the Bar Method studio in Boston?
Occasionally, if we were bumping into each other on the street, but that would be it.
Well, did you ever see her at a different job that you might have had in Boston?
Yes, she had come to one of the Celtics games that I was working at.
What did you do for the Celtics?
I was a dancer.
And what was her demeanor when she came to Bar Method in Boston?
She was always so warm, seeing somebody every day.
Overall, let the answer stand.
While in Boston, did you ever meet Brian Walshe?
He did come into the Bar Method, yes.
And how many times did you meet him?
At least once or twice.
Now, directing your attention to Saturday, December 31st of 2022, were you working that day?
I was.
And where were you working?
At the Bar Method in Hingham.
And which class were you teaching?
I was teaching both classes. There's one around 8:15 and one around 9:15.
And who was in your 8:15 a.m. class?
Anna was.
And how long had you been an instructor at Bar Method in Hingham at that point?
That was my first day teaching at the Bar Method in Hingham.
And when did you first notice Anna Walshe?
So I wasn't familiar looking. We all get class lists of our class prior. So one of the Bar Method qualities is that we are able to call our clients by name as we're teaching them. And actually, it was because of Anna in Boston that we always clarify with our clients, is it Anna or is it Anna? So I had asked our front desk staff that day, and she was like, I believe it's Anna. So when I started class, I just made a little note of it, but she wasn't there at the start of class.
When did she come in?
She came in about 10 minutes late.
And what did you do when she came in?
It was kind of like this oh my god moment, because with COVID, we had closed the Boston studios, and I had, had 3 children simultaneously at the time, so I took a little step back from teaching. And when those studios in Boston closed, I decided it was either going to Walshe or Hingham, and I chose Hingham.
What type of for senior women who
Wow, this is
discover lightweight all-day comfort in
man, look like it turned into a money thing, y'all. What y'all think?
ultra-wide straps and
But when she came in, we kind of had, oh my God, I can't believe that you're here.
And what type of exercise do you do during a bar class? How does it work?
So a bar method class, you work all your muscles in your body. You work your muscles to exhaustion, and then you stretch them to become longer and leaner, but also stay healthy and safe with your body.
So can you explain how you do that?
Sure. So we start off with a warm-up. You could do up to 60 push-ups in class. We move into a portion of class where you're working your thigh muscles. You work a portion of your seat. You go into curl, and there's some stretching in between. And typically a class is 45 minutes to an hour, and you use light to heavy weights depending on the client's choice.
And do you remember how long that class was?
That was a 45-minute class.
And how did Anna Walshe perform during that class?
She was a powerhouse. Clients are given the option during my setup that they can do push-ups on their hands and knees, hands and feet, or up at the bar for a modification. And she was doing the push-ups on the balls of her feet, on her hands. She was completing the motions. She was someone that you wanted to take class with because she made you work harder.
Did you notice any injuries on her during your class on December 31st of 2022?
No, and she did not make me aware of any that would change any of the exercises that we were doing.
And after the class was over, what interactions did you have with Ms. Walshe?
We chatted, and actually I remember having to tell her, I'm so sorry, I can't finish our conversation because the next class was starting. So
yeah, I'm gonna skip this a little bit.
20 minutes between.
I really want to get into the thing. Now, who is he?
Hardware and software company.
And how did you get the certifications in those celebrate topics?
Usually in-person class, test at the end.
Did you pass tests?
Yes.
Now, have you received other trainings concerning digital forensics?
Yes.
From who?
Magnet, Great Key.
And who administers these trainings?
The companies themselves.
And have you received trainings from any other law enforcement agencies?
Yes.
Which ones?
Taken cell phone record analysis classes from the FBI and LexisNexis, which is another cell phone record analysis.
Now, in addition, could you just tell us your educational background?
I have a bachelor's degree from Providence College.
And have you served in the military?
Yes.
Can you tell us where you served?
I was an officer in the Rhode Island Army National Guard for 8 years. Got out as a captain.
And sir, have you ever testified before giving an opinion about digital forensics or cell phone record analysis?
Yes.
Now, on January 5th, 2023, did you have the opportunity to become involved in an investigation into the disappearance of Anna Walshe?
Yes, I did.
Where did you go on the 5th?
I went to Cohasset Police Department.
And why did you go to the Cohasset Police Department?
I was asked to analyze Verizon cell phone records associated with Anna Walshe.
And are you familiar with the concept of pinging a phone?
Yes.
Can you tell us what that is?
Usually it's through an emergency ping by law enforcement, usually missing person, someone's in danger. The law enforcement has the ability to ask the provider to ping a phone, which gives an estimated location of that device in order to hopefully locate the person.
And so when you went to Cohasset Police Department on January 5th, did you have the opportunity to review any data corresponding to that type of pinging activity?
Yes, the data we received then was called RTT data from Verizon. It is round trip time, and that report, Verizon is able to provide an estimated distance that a device is from a cell site, a cell tower.
And so I take it the data you were reviewing had been provided by Verizon.
That is correct.
So at this point in time, I would seek to admit the data from Verizon for 3 different phone numbers. One being 617-599-766. The second being 617-895-8082. And then the third being 617-939-8648. Verizon data.
Any objection to those? Council, the first one, I'm sorry, I'm keeping track of the numbers. What's the first? It's 76.
It would be 7966.
That's where I missed it. 7966. All right. So now in evidence as Exhibit 158 are the Verizon records of 617-599-7966, and then 159 is the phone number ending in 8082, and 160 is the phone number ending in 8648. They're in evidence.
Ms. Gilman, could we have a RTT file for 617-599-7966? So, Trooper, looking at the file entitled RTT Details 599-7966, is there a date range in that file name?
Yes, there is.
What is the date range?
It's January 1st, 2023 to January 5th, 2023.
And these are some of the records you had the opportunity to review for the ping data. Is that correct?
The estimated distance data, the real-time tool data from Verizon, yes.
Thank you for correcting me.
Yes.
So this is a bunch of numbers. What are we looking at?
I can explain.
I'd love for you to do that. Yes, please.
Can I touch this, or is it you'll go through the columns? Or
I'll tell you what. I'll ask you about the column.
Okay.
What's record source mean?
Record source is the technology used for this event on the network. So for this, 12 is Samsung and 1 is Nokia. So the technology on the tower that completed this event.
All right. And when you say event, does that mean it's a phone call?
No.
What's an event as far as data goes?
So for these records, it's a signaling event from the cell site, the tower, to the device and back. Verizon is able to estimate a distance that the device is from the cell site.
And what is start time and end time?
That is the beginning of the event, the signaling event.
And then I take it end time's the end of the event.
Yes, sir.
All right. Subscriber MSISDN. What's that?
That is the phone number associated with these records.
And what is an IMEI?
That is the International Mobile Equipment Identifier. It's the unique identifier of the device itself.
And so then a device will have its own identifier in addition to a phone number.
That's correct.
What is an IMSI?
That's the International Mobile Subscriber Identity, and that is essentially Verizon's number for this account or device. So it's for the subscriber on that device.
What's manufacturing, or I'm MFG model, what's that?
The manufacturer model, so Apple iPhone 12 Pro Max.
And Ms. Gilman, if you could scroll over. Sir, are there any columns that are blank here?
Yes.
What are those?
Those are Ericsson, so that there was no Ericsson technology used in these records.
So then that's why they're blank.
Yes, sir.
All right, if we could scroll over to say column L. Thank you. What is market 4G, then column M, E, and B. What are those two?
Those all pertain to the cell site, so it's essentially the cell site number and the sector in which the event occurred.
And so, which one's which? There's a cell site and there's a sector. So maybe I'll take it one at a time.
Okay.
What's market 4G? Why is there a 5.7 there?
5 to 7. Not sure you saw the news, but that's an area code like Boston 617, so Verizon knows to route this transaction to the right area. And then E node B, column M is 52. That is the cell site number. So that's the cell site number in which the transaction occurred.
So there's a cell site, like a tower, within a sector or within a market.
That's correct.
Okay. And so I don't want to use the word sector because that's the next column. What's sector?
Sector is on a cell site. It's typically three-sided. They have antennas on three sides. So sector 4G, sector 3 was the transaction started on sector 3, and then carrier 4G is so the transaction ended on sector 2.
So the event occurred on one that moved to another.
That's correct.
All right. Now, if you went down on carrier 4G, column O, there's a 7. What's the significance of a 7 in that column?
So for Verizon, they start with their antennas, their sectors start with 2, 3, 4, and then most providers, the antennas are stacked on top of each other. So it should be the second row numbers.
Now, there's a bunch of another empty columns there. What are those?
There was no 5G technology used in these records.
And then first distance MI, last distance MI. What's that?
So that's the first estimated distance that was provided, and then the end of the event was the last distance.
And what happens when there's an NA there?
That means Verizon was able to provide an estimated distance of the device for that date and time of that transaction.
So
Austin, when he would come in or pick the kids up 5 days a week, that he was friendly, right?
Yes.
He was engaging.
Yes.
He was invested in his son's lives.
Yes.
And he would talk to you about their progress.
Yes.
Nothing further, Judge.
Any redirect?
No, thank you.
Witness may step down. Thank you.
Thank you.
There's so much insight you can get from this woman who was there at the daycare. Let's bring into the discussion our guest who is.
All right, y'all. So let's talk a little bit. Woo, this trial here. Want to get into it. Let's talk, y'all. Oh my goodness. First of all, I want to thank y'all for being patient, and let's talk a little bit about a summary, a little bit about what's really going on in the case, y'all. Let me put a little music on right quick. Whew, Jesus. Never seen nothing like this for real, but not in real time. Let me move this. Okay. But I'm gonna tell you what's going on. Like I say, these are only my opinion and not necessarily the facts, but I'm just going by the testimony. Now, what's going on? Now, the focus of this murder trial here is it's all about Anna having an affair. And later she was allegedly killed and dismembered. On New Year's 2023. And I think at that time, she was in her 30s. She was in 39 or something like that. She was 30, so I'm not going to pinpoint that. Now, Anna just in case you, I sat there and I watched the trial. I said, well, what kind of job did she have? And I, because the only reason why I said what kind of job she had, because I noticed that boyfriend, the boyfriend, the man that she was dating, the affair that she was in, he was a real estate agency. So, and Anna is a real estate agent who immigrated from Australia. Was last seen, she was last seen in, like I just said a few minutes ago, New Year's of 2023. And you remember the boyfriend said he tried to call her and she didn't answer the phone. Okay, so something happened at the first of that month, first of the year of 2023. Now, remind y'all, it's money involved in this too. It's a policy, a 2 point something million insurance policy that on her supposed to go to him, go to Brian is him. Now, let me tell you something. Mentioned something about her body has never been found. Her husband, Brian Walshe, faces a first-degree murder charge after agreeing to plead guilty last month. Well, that's a charge of misleading the police. He admitted misleading the police. If he misled the police, he'll do a lot of things. Okay, and the boyfriend took the stand today. Y'all heard the boyfriend, and he also in a separation himself. And he mentioned that he met Anna back in 2022 when he sold her that townhome in Washington, D.C. He said that the relationship quickly intensified as they became close friends and confidence, and eventually had in a dinner. And I remember the boyfriend mentioned that he met Anna through somebody else. Okay. So, what else I want to say about the boyfriend in the relationship? Anna, it was allegedly that Anna wanted to keep the relationship, the affair, a secret. That's what the boyfriend say. But Anna not here to speak for herself. So he claims that she didn't want Brian to know about the affair. That's why she didn't let the man spend the night. And nothing wrong with that. I wouldn't want my husband to know, even though we separated, I wouldn't want him to know nothing like that anyway. So I felt that it was really important that when Brian was to find out about the relationship, that he would hear it from her. She wanted to be the one to tell him about the relationship, not him finding out that she was in a relationship. Okay. She also expressed great concern and she felt that it would be a strike against her integrity if he found out a different way. And so, that's the way it is. That's the way it is. It's how she felt. It's just how she felt. And anyway, y'all, the boyfriend went on it, and we just doing a little summary of what happened today, because I took a little notes. That they both the two spent Christmas Eve together with friends. They had plans to celebrate New Year's, but they didn't celebrate New Year's because guess what? Anna is missing. Yeah, she disappeared. Mm-hmm. Right. The boyfriend knew something was going on because he never, when you've been with somebody, you've been around a person a while, and then all of a sudden you don't hear from them no more, and all of a sudden Brian started calling the boyfriend number. Yeah, Walshe called. He turned around and started calling. Walshe started calling. Brian started calling the boyfriend a second time, and he sent him straight to the voicemail. And they played it in the court. That's what we heard today in court. why I said that he hoped all was going well, and in the whole time he knew what he allegedly did to Wash Brian. Allegedly already knew what he did to Anna. Let's see what else. Now, when they did a cross examination, Wash defense attorney uh, acknowledged that to the boyfriend that he was not aware of any plans for Anna to tell her husband about her relationship, and there was no plan that she was going to tell him. Anna was going to tell, you know. Let me see what else did the cross talked about. There was no plan as Anna went home for Christmas to be with her family, that she was going to come clean and tell Brian about that man. Wow, this is scary. She was going to tell her husband about the affair that she was in. I wouldn't have did that. That's just me. So far, y'all, the prosecutors have released on incriminating researches allegedly made by Wash and several devices that related to dismembering the body and cleaning up the DNA. Now, also, the investigator also said that the surveillance video showed a man resembling Wash throwing what appears to be a heavy bag. I just can't see what y'all, I don't care. See, Wash, this let me know that I can't believe he did his baby mama like this. Over some money. That's what it was. That $2.7 million, I think it was 72. I may have the numbers wrong, right, y'all, but I get it. But I'm just surprised that you would take your own baby mama out. Jeez, what in this world? But money is the power, y'all. But I just want to come to just letting y'all know that I'm glad we were able, because I was watching the trial away from y'all, but I try to, keep up with the court cases with y'all. I love y'all. I'm gonna go ahead on step on out. I'm gonna get some ice cream. Got hungry, and we'll see what the verdict gonna be. But to me, what I have experienced and note taking in this case with my criminal mind, I can see that Brian was jealous of the relationship that Anna had. After I believe Anna told him about it, he didn't accept it that good. And plus the money, 2 million insurance life policy. Sometimes I don't even think we should tell nobody how much insurance policy on us when we marry. Man, anywho, love y'all. I'm out.